I want to introduce Ed Foster. His expertise is in Ireland and Scotland, and he works with English, Welsh, Canadian, and U.S. genealogists at the library. He reads French and Italian and served a mission in Belgium and Brussels, southern Belgium and northern France. He's currently president of the International Society for British Genealogy. So if you're stuck, he's your man. And I'm very grateful that he's come to show you some fantastic things about Family Search that you might not know about.
I realize that I am one of three people that stands between you and refreshments. So I am going to try to go through this fairly quickly. And, you know, I could feel for Brother Heber with the computer. I have a bunch of tabs open. I am live on the internet, but I've always said when I would give presentations, I would say to anyone who would listen to me that if you are giving a presentation and you go live on the internet, there are several things that can happen and only one of them is good. So I'm hoping that all of it will work. That's why I opened all the tabs. So I've been asked to just talk to you a little bit about some of the great things that are available on Family Search and that you can take advantage of. And like Rhonda said, the great thing about Family Search is it's free. All of it is free. We've already talked about Family Tree a little bit, quite a bit. I just wanted to mention about family groups. This is something new that Family Search has introduced because Terry Rakelli and a couple of people, Rhonda mentioned that you go on to Family Tree and anyone can put in whatever, and Joy mentioned that too. So what they have created is you can now have your own private trees also on Family Search, and then you invite people to come into the group. We have here only two right now, but Belle Butler from my mother's side, and soon we'll have various relatives that will invite them to come in, because then you can control what's being put in there on the tree. So that's a great thing, and it's a new addition. Marianne, Rhonda, and I talked about what's a good way to help people see this. And so we're going to use one individual and family as kind of an example. And Marianne and Rhonda both agreed that my genealogy is not that interesting. So my wife, Suzanne, she has, as you can see on there, early members of the church. And among them is Amos Milton Musser, who was the father of Joseph White Musser. Suzanne comes through Bar White Musser, Joseph's younger brother. And so we're going to use Amos Milton Musser as an example, and I'm going to just show you a picture of him so that you can visualize someone as we talk about this. Next, I want to talk to you about Family Search Labs, and that's where they are experimenting on new additions to Family Search. And I'm only going to emphasize one. There's a number of things that you can do, but I'm going to emphasize the full text search. And they are continuing to add to it. So if you were to go now, you'll see a certain amount, but if you go like next year, there'll be a lot more. And so if we were to put Amos Milton Musser into the labs full text search, which is basically in the past, the only documents that were really searchable were the ones that had previously been indexed. This program looks for whatever word or name you put in, and it's amazing. So I have here an example, and this is a very generic one. It's the family group sheet that were being turned into the genealogical department in 1962 to 79. And I decided that it would be easier for you to see, and probably still isn't very easy to see. But as you can see, there's Amos Milton Musser, Mary Elizabeth White, and if you look a few down, there's St. Joseph White Musser, and so that's part of their family there. That's an example of what you will find in doing a full text search. We're now going to move to Family Search Wiki, which is really good, and I strongly recommend. I'll be honest, when they first announced that they're going to do Family Search Wiki, I remember turning to one of my coworkers and I said, oh, great. We're going to do Wikipedia, because, Wikipedia, sometimes you can believe it, sometimes you can't. With Family Search Wiki, they have almost 110,000 articles, and it's really great for locality, but also other terms, whatever you want to find out about, you can. It's really quite amazing. So I'll give you an example. The Musser family was from Pennsylvania. So you could type in Pennsylvania, and this is what would come up, and you'll see all kinds of links to different things, beginning research, how to get started, and then record types. As you can see, they have a clickable map of the counties of Pennsylvania. So if you were going to do research on the Mussers, they came from Lancaster County, you would click on that, and it would have even more links to various sites online, etc. So I strongly recommend, as you do your research, or if you're trying to verify the information for names that you want to submit, use the wiki, use some of these other programs here, databases here that I'm going to show you. In Family Search, there's Family Tree, Search, Memories, etc. Under Search, we have records, images, family tree, genealogies, catalog, books, Research Wiki. I've already talked to you about Research Wiki, Family Tree. You can access it this way also. But I'm going to start with records. Search historical records. This is excellent for finding information, for verifying, and you can do it a couple of ways. One, you can type in the name, and we'll go back to that in a moment. You can search by collection, but the part that I really like is you can click on the map of the world, it'll come up, then you click on the country, like in the United States, you can then click on whichever state you're interested in, and what happens is it'll bring up all of the available record sets that are digitized. And so it's really easy to then go into these various records sets, record databases. We'll go up, and if we're searching for Amos Milton Musser, we type that in. And what came up under Amos Milton Musser, there were a number of different things that were available. I just clicked on one to give you an example, and this is LDS Biographical Encyclopedia, where it has a write-up about him. That's just one example of what you would find under records. Moving along. Next, I want to talk about the Family Search Catalog. And the Family Search Catalog is basically, remember the old library card catalogs? Well, this is online, and it's for what is available on Family Search, the website, what is available at the Family Search library, and it covers the whole collection. It's very good with place. You can type in a place, and if you're typing for something in England, you can go down to the parish level. If you're here in the United States, you go not only to the county level, but you can go to the town level also, which makes our catalog very unique compared to the rest of the world there. Giving you an example, you can do surnames. So I could type in Musser, but any record that has been cataloged that has Musser in it is going to come up. So it's going to be a very large search. If you want to narrow the search, go to keywords, then type in like a surname and a locality. So I typed in Musser plus Pennsylvania plus Utah, and that narrowed it even more. So we have the life of Amos Milton Musser, Musser Family Genealogical Records, Musser Family by Gertrude Musser. All of those deal with the Musser family. Next, I just want to mention books. Family Search Digital Library, as you can see there, we have over 500,000 genealogy books, family histories, maps, yearbooks, etc., that have been digitized. And you can do a search. Once again, type in a name or a locality. And I typed in Amos Milton Musser, and a number of books came up, such as Gertrude Musser, the one that I just mentioned. And all you would have to do is click on the book, and there it is, and you can just keep clicking and you can read the whole book. Next is the Learning Center. And this is really important. The Learning Center is where they have a number of videos that have been made. There are 68 pages of links to videos. So lots of videos that have been created from presentations by people who work for Family Search. And so if you were to type in, for example, family tree overview, let's say you're getting started. You've created an account with Family Search and you want to start putting your information into Family Tree, but you're not quite sure what to do. You could type that in, and then there will be various presentations. You can click on it, and you have some that are really short. You have others that are like 45 minutes long. So it depends on what you want to see, and you can always see a part of it and then come back and see more later. So there's plenty of information that's available. And I want to really emphasize anyone can get an account on Family Search. In fact, well over half of the accounts are by people who have nothing to do with the LDS Church or with the priesthood work or anything else. They're just Catholics or whatever else out there who love doing genealogy, and they've signed up, and so they have an account with Family Search, and they have their family trees there. So I really encourage you to do that, and I'm just going to quickly end with one thing. When you create your account, there's a number of things. You do the tree, but you can also put stuff in memories, and I'm not even going to explain why I have a bare face there, but that's locked. Notice the little locks down there? Those are all locked. So no one can see them except for you, or if you invite someone to see it now with the other. But you can put in scanned documents and put them in. You can put photos in, whatever else. And there you go. So I would encourage you to do that. Take advantage, put in pictures or whatever else, because you can put locks on them and no one can see them. And that's basically it. I just want to conclude one thing. I wrote up a lovely little thing, so I'm going to read it. It's so important that when you're submitting names for temple work, as you've already heard, that you check and verify the information you're submitting. Use Family Search to learn how to check names, dates, and other information. Marianne, Rhonda, Joy, they do use Family Search for that purpose. Take advantage of it. It's free, and there's so much information that is constantly being put into Family Search. Thank you.